and do like inspirational, and whoever like wins, they get like a little certificate thing for first place.
The classroom wasn't even like paperwork. It was always like building stuff, and it was kind of cool.
We are making CO2 cards, and now we're doing the designs of what we're going to build.
I really like his class because it's a really hands-on class. We are currently working on disassembling car engines, and it's really fun. Something I like about Mr. Fisher is that he's a nice guy and he cares about his students.
Building wooden cars, and some big go-karts.
I think he's a lumberjack.
I think he's a lumberjack. He's a lumberjack.
I think lumberjack.
It's true.
Confirmed.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Olmsted Academy North, where we engage, inspire, and empower every student every day. It's an honor to be here to help present this honor to Mr. Fisher, the ExCEL Award. I want to welcome all of our guests and co-presenters as well, and thank you for being here in our new STEAM Hub, which is about 2/3 of the way complete. Engage, inspire, empower. That's our North Star. That's what we use to guide our work. And I recently had a conversation with Dr. Polio where he asked me, he goes, what's that mean to empower students? And what it means is it makes learning come to life. It means applying the skills beyond just simple recall, right? And actually bringing it a real-world context. It's about looking at students differently, not just consumers of content, but actually creators of content. It's everything that he does. And this conversation started about 2.5 years ago. Mr. Fisher came up to me and said, I got an idea, I'd like to start a go-kart club. I said, sounds cool, what's that going to do? He said, I got some old parts, I'll teach them how to do the motors, we'll refurb it, we'll go out back and we'll race it. I said, I'm in, I get the race ticket. We did, we had a good time with it. And not surprisingly though, it grew in popularity very fast. Mr. Fisher then came to me and said, I want to go to Southern. Can I go talk to the teachers there? Because I've got an idea for a new course. I said, absolutely. And the teachers there jumped right in, and they built a curriculum deconstructing their program on automotive down to the 8th, 7th, and 6th grade level. And now entering year 2, adding aspects of carpentry, but more than that, taking math and science standards to a whole different level of application than I believe any students, especially at the middle school level within JCPS, and I challenge the state, has done. So, I could say without a doubt, there is nobody more deserving of this honor than Mr. Fisher. Congratulations, sir.
WHAS has been giving the ExCEL Award for 30 years now, and it's just an incredible honor to bestow upon our educators. It means excellence in the classroom and educational leadership. So it is an award that is given to those who have really went above and beyond to be a leader not just for their students, but also in the classroom, and an example for other teachers. I was struck going through the applications for Mr. Fisher for a number of reasons. Like me, I was also very surprised to see this level of engineering on the middle school level. This is something that you really don't see a lot, but it is that practical application of things that they learn in his classroom that they can take and actually have a job. They can actually go and be employed with the skills that they're learning from Mr. Fisher. I connect to that so well because I took a 4-year journalism course in high school, and that is what is kind of sparked my career today. I went to college to be a marriage and family therapist, and so that didn't really work out. So I decided to do journalism. I actually went back to my high school teacher and asked to use her equipment, and I can say beyond a shadow of a doubt, Jackie Romy, my journalism teacher in high school, is the reason why I have the career that I do now. And that's the kind of impact that, Mr. Fisher, that you have on your students. The things that they are learning in your classroom in middle school is sparking a passion in them, I am sure, to pursue those same career fields once they graduate and become adults. So we want to thank you so much for everything that you already do in the classroom. There was a number of things that, of course, for the ExCEL Award, there's a lengthy application process. This is something that we really take seriously, so we really want to know as much about the teacher as possible. And the thing that kept coming up, and I read it over and over, was I cannot think of anyone else to be nominated for the ExCEL Award than Mr. Fisher. Some of the things that they said were he works with students and teachers to bring the learning to the real world, not just in a book or on a worksheet. Mr. Fisher has a wide knowledge of mechanical engineering skills, small engine repair, woodworking skills. They're important because as a society and education evolve, there is need for more technical skills in the workplace, and Mr. Fisher's expertise, students will be able to succeed in a modern workplace. So those are just some of the things. I could go on because there was a lot that was said. But really, this is why we do the ExCEL Award. This is why we honor educators, because this is the type of example that we want to set, not just at JCPS, not just in Louisville Metro, but across the state. So we want to thank you so much for your dedication, not only to your students, but to your profession. And thank you for being such a light for all of those that come in and out of your classroom, because we as a society will benefit from what you bestow upon them each and every day. So with that, we would like to honor you with the Golden Apple and the WHAS ExCEL Award.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lee Artis Allen of LG&E KU Energy. I'm just excited to be here, as Lisa has already mentioned, just to offer this award and to take this time to recognize educators like Mr. Robert Fisher. We at LG&E believe that science, math, and subjects of that matter are the root of how we do our business every day as a utility company. One nominator has noted that Mr. Fisher's innovative problem-based teaching is why they believe that students will excel in today's workforce. And so to have a teacher like yourself in this climate today offering those said skills to students is very vital. And we at LG&E and the employees all over are very grateful for the work that you're doing. And so without further ado, I would like to present from LG&E KU Energy a check for $1,000, because we believe that your innovative skills and all that you're doing in the school and the community, this will help benefit you in your everyday work. So please come up and receive your check.
Excited to be here to honor Mr. Fisher. I did not realize you were a lumberjack. So,
It's well known in the building.
is it well known in the building? So this is our first lumberjack that we are giving this award to. So congratulations, another first. It's exciting to be here with everybody. This is the second ExCEL Award that we've given this year. Interestingly enough, the other one was probably less than a mile from here at Hazelwood Elementary. So Ms. Duncan has been to both of them. And it's such a great honor. I don't think students, I hope you know what honor this is, that WHAS and LG&E and KU honor, I think, 11 teachers a year, and not just in JCPS, but in the entire surrounding community as well, into Indiana and surrounding counties. So, I mean, we are talking thousands and thousands of teachers, and only 11 get this award, 4 in JCPS. So Mr. Fisher is one of 4 teachers out of 7,000 teachers in JCPS that is getting this award. And I know the type of teacher, and when I heard your principal talking just a minute ago, and those type of teachers that get this award are those teachers who come to the principal and say, what if we could do this? You know, I want to be able to do this. What extra thing can I do? After school clubs I can do with our children, or I'd really love to teach this class because I think that they would be really interested in those. Those are the type of teachers that win this award, and clearly Mr. Fisher is that. So it's definitely an honor and a privilege to be here, to be able to recognize you as one of 4 teachers throughout entire JCPS that gets this honor. So congratulations, and it's my honor to give you the Superintendent's Medallion for this award being an ExCEL Award winner. So congratulations.
It's such a privilege to get to do this. You know, I was at Hazelwood, and where we recognized a teacher there, and now at Olmsted Academy North. And all I can say is it just takes skills to teach in District 5, and we have them. On behalf of the Jefferson County Board of Education, Robert, I want to congratulate you And thank you so much for bringing life to what we call our vision, Vision 2020. Thank you so much, and congratulations. I have this to present to you too. Thank you so much.
So, Mr. Fisher, we're here to, again, congratulate you on your award. I'm Nate Meyer. I'm one of the assistant superintendents, has the privilege to work with Olmsted North, and I'm up here along with Michelle Dillard. And one of the things about where Mr. Fisher's room sits, it's right next to a professional development room, just right down the hall here. So when we've been to Olmsted North and we've been part of professional learning, we've been able to actually walk by and see the classroom in action. And what has been said here about Mr. Fisher, we've seen it in practice in his work. And having these kids over here working with some heavy machinery, that takes its own set of bravery right there. But just really appreciative of your work and really this metaphor of not setting limits on what kids can do. So we're very appreciative of you and want to honor you. Ms. Dillard?
Thank you, Dr. Meyer. And so as one of the assistant superintendents too for middle school, Mr. Fisher, we just really appreciate your innovation and what you have done. As everyone else has said, I really couldn't think of a better person that deserves this award. When going into your classroom and seeing how not only are you connecting it to real life, but you still have it connected to the academics and with the standards and deconstructing that and breaking that down. And that's not something that we take for granted because that's something that's hard to do for a lot of teachers. So you've been a role model, not just for the boys here, but other teachers in the district as you work with Southern. We really appreciate that, and we can't think of anybody else who deserves it more. And I have a certificate for you from the assistant soup, so we just want to thank you again for your hard work, dedication, and commitment, and we're continuing to look for great things.
Hello, I'm Brent McKim. I'm a teacher in JCPS and the elected president of the Jefferson County Teachers Association, where I represent about 6,000 teachers across the Jefferson County Public Schools. It's my privilege to be here and be able to participate in this recognition of Mr. Fisher. And I want to start by saying how much I appreciate WHAS and LG&E for their continued support and recognition of the many great teachers that we have across the district. It means a great deal to all of us in the profession, and having it highlighted as you do is just invaluable, so thank you. You know, the district, the JCPS school district has a strategic plan, and the theory of action in our strategic plan is pretty simple. It says, if you engage kids by making their experience real world, by being innovative, by giving them an opportunity to personalize their learning and making it meaningful for them, then they will be engaged and they'll be successful. That's the theory of action in our strategic plan, and I believe that describes exactly the way that Mr. Fisher teaches to his students and the experience that he creates for them. So as I represent the teachers across the district, we have a special award that we give to fellow teachers for being role models for all of us. It's our way of celebrating the best among us, and we call it our Schoolhouse Award. And so on behalf of the 6,000 teachers across the district, I'm here to present this Schoolhouse Award to Mr. Fisher and thank him for being that kind of a role model for all of us in the teaching profession and for the difference that he makes every day for his students. So it's a privilege to be able to present this to you.
You know, one of the great things that this really aligns with everything the district wants. When we talk about equity, his program involves all the students in our school. It's not for a select few. When we look at real life skills in our backpack, this is what we're talking about. And when we're talking about culture and climate, not only does he do this with his students, but Mr. Fisher engages with our content area teachers across grade levels, helping them bring their project-based learning to life, helping them brainstorm it. He's had teams in here on Saturdays, teams of teachers in here on Saturdays, building, making, going through the design project process. This didn't work. Let's go back to the drawing board. It takes a special person to be able to engage those people in. And he's got it. And so Mr. Fisher, I looked at all sorts of different plaques, and I decided at the end of the day, probably a Lowe's gift card would work best for you.
You know my heart. Thank you all. I'm truly humbled. I would have never expected this award. I truly am humbled that I was even nominated for it, much less that I received it. And I guess the main thing that I want to say is thank you to everyone who made it possible for me to be able to teach this way. It takes a lot of trust, I would say, when a teacher comes to you and says, I want to put power tools and hand tools into the hands of 12 to 14-year-old kids. But they've done a fantastic job, and the success we've had with this program has been, it's been the students willing and being courageous and trying new things. It's been other teachers in the building collaborating and helping me out every step of the way. None of this stuff happens with one individual. It's a team effort, and I would say that you could walk into any classroom in this building, and there are amazing things happening. And I'm very fortunate to be part of that and to be in a school where the atmosphere is such that when somebody has an idea that they're supported. And so I hope that we continue to have great ideas. I hope that we continue to be able to support each other and continue to do great things for our students. So thank you all very much for being here today.